What's going on, everybody, and welcome back. Listen up, because a massive change is coming from the U.S. government, and it's going to affect how millions and millions of Americans get their money. We're going to break down exactly what it means for you right here, right now. Let's get into it. So here's the headline, the big news. The days of waiting for that paper check to show up in your mailbox, well, they're officially over. Done. We're talking Social Security, VA benefits, even your tax refund, the whole shebang. This is a huge, huge shift in how things are done. Okay, before anyone panics, let's get one thing crystal clear right up front. This is not, I repeat, not a cut to your benefits. The amount of money you're supposed to get, it is not changing by a single dime. Your benefits are 100% safe. This is only, and I mean only, about how that money actually gets into your hands. All right, so let's dig into what's actually happening here. The U.S. Treasury is basically giving its payment system a 21st century upgrade. And this isn't some tiny little change. It's a big deal that affects everything from Social Security and SSI payments to the benefits our veterans receive. Okay, so here's the date you need to circle on your calendar. September 30th, 2025. That's the cutoff. After that day, paper checks are history. You know, this move to go all electronic has actually been in the works for a long, long time. It's all about finally modernizing how the government handles our money. So you might be asking why? Why get rid of paper checks? Well, it really boils down to the fact that the old paper system is, well, it's got some serious flaws. And this new electronic system is designed to fix them once and for all. Okay, reason number one, and this is the big one, security. Think about it. A paper check just sitting in the mailbox, that's like leaving cash out in the open. It's a super easy target for thieves. And get this, the Treasury Department's own data shows that paper checks are a mind-blowing 16 times more likely to get lost or stolen compared to electronic payments. That's a massive, massive risk, especially when it's money people are counting on to live. And this really lays it all out side by side. On one hand, you've got paper checks. High security risk, high cost to all of us taxpayers. On the other hand, electronic payments, low security risk, low cost. It's pretty much a no-brainer, right? It's safer for you and it's cheaper for everybody. Now let's talk about the money side of things. It costs about 50 cents to print and mail just one paper check. The electronic way? Only 15 cents. Now, I know what you're thinking, and that's just quarters and dimes. Who cares? But you have to remember the government sends out millions of these payments. When you multiply that small difference by millions and millions of checks, it adds up to hundreds of millions of taxpayer dollars saved every single year. That's real money. And, you know, it's not just about security and cost. It's about all those little hassles we've all probably dealt with, like waiting and waiting for a check that's late in the mail, or having to make that extra trip to the bank just to deposit it. And for some folks, especially with mobility issues, that trip isn't just an inconvenience, it's a real struggle. Electronic payments, they just, poof, make all of that disappear. Okay, so paper checks are on their way out. So what are the new options? Well, the great news is that the government has kept this incredibly simple. You basically have two main choices, and both of them are super simple and secure. So your first option is direct deposit. This is probably what most of you are familiar with. It works exactly like a regular paycheck from a job. The money just magically appears right in your bank or credit union account. Super easy. But what if you don't have a bank account? No problem. That's where option 2 comes in, the Direct Express card. Think of it like a reloadable debit card. The government puts your benefit money on this card every month, and you can use it to shop, pay bills, or get cash just like any other debit card. All right, let's tackle a really important question I know a lot of people have. I don't really use the internet, or I don't trust it. It's a totally fair concern. Does this big switch to electronic payments mean you're going to be left behind if you're not online? The answer to that is a big, resounding no. Not at all. Let me be super clear on this. You do not need the internet to get your money. If you go with direct deposit, you can still walk right into your bank and get cash from a teller, same as always. And if you have the Direct Express card, you just use it at an ATM to pull out cash or get cash back when you're at the grocery store. No internet needed for any of that. All right, let's get into the how-to part. How do you actually make the switch? Don't worry, the whole process is designed to be super quick and painless. We're talking just a few minutes of your time. Now, here's a pretty wild fact. Over 99% of people are already getting their benefits electronically. So most of you watching probably don't have to do anything at all. This next part is really for that last little slice of people, less than 1%, who are still getting those paper checks. But hey, less than 1% still means it's almost 750,000 Americans who need to make this change. It really is as simple as 1, 2, 3. Seriously, step 1, you just choose your method. Do you want direct deposit or the Direct Express card? Step 2, gather your info. You'll need your social security number, and if you pick direct deposit, you'll need your bank account and routing numbers handy. And finally, step 3, connect to sign up. And you can do this either by making a quick phone call or hopping online. And right here is the all-important contact info. These are the only official places to go for any general help or to set up direct deposit. You can call the Social Security Administration at 1-800-772-1213, or you can go to their website, ssa.gov. If you want to enroll in the Direct Express card, that's a different number, 1-800-333-1795. Just make sure you get this done before that September 30th deadline. All right, let's wrap this up by talking about the good stuff, because this isn't really about taking something away. It's about upgrading to a system that's just plain better, smarter, and safer for all of us. When you really boil it down, this whole switch gives us 4 huge wins. First, security. Your money is protected from porch pirates and mail thieves. Second, reliability. Your payment shows up on the exact same day every single month like clockwork. Third, convenience. No more waiting by the mailbox, no more special trips to the bank. And finally, cost savings. Like we said, it saves millions of our taxpayer dollars. And this really sums up what the government is trying to do here. The Secretary of the Treasury basically said it all. The whole point of this is to cut down on fraud and theft and to get rid of those annoying delays that can stop hardworking Americans from getting the money they absolutely depend on. So look, if there's just one thing you take away from all of this, let it be this. Your benefits are safe. The amount of money you get is not changing, and with this new system, the way you get that money is now simply faster, more reliable, and a whole lot more secure than it's ever been. And that leaves us with one final question to chew on. This is a huge, common sense step to modernize how the government handles money. It kind of makes you wonder, what other parts of government do you think could use an upgrade to save us all time and money? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I'd be really interested to see what you guys think. And there you have it. That's the whole story. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really hope this helped make this big change feel a lot less confusing and a lot more straightforward. Hey, if you got some value out of this, do us a huge favor. Hit that like button, make sure you're subscribed, and don't forget to ring that little notification bell. That way, you won't miss out on our next explainer. We'll see you in the next one.